What's up? Welcome back to the Ice and Dum Dum podcast. So, you know what? It might just be the Ice Dum Dum and Bdog podcast at this point because I mean, Bdog is back. Bdog's looking good and ready to talk. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty swell. Got the nice new Series X Gen set up. Beautiful console. I'm a dum dum though, because I started downloading all my stuff and didn't turn on to keep the storage on when the Xbox is off. So I went to bed thinking all my stuff was gonna be ready the next day. Woke up, got home from work, everything still did not download. I was like, no. So I had to wait a whole another day for everything to get done downloading. But other than that, I'm doing swell.
That
When
sucks,
when you texted me that, I was like, "Is this kid for real? You got to check that stuff."
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That's the
What
dum
about-
dum.
What about you, Bdog? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. I did a slightly different route than Dum Dum. I got my Xbox Series X and I downloaded Assassin's Creed right off the bat. And then once that was done, I plugged in my old external SSD, which had all the games I actually play on it, and just transferred everything over. Transferred like Halo and FIFA, all that. So that was actually a pretty pleasant experience for me. Sorry you had to go through that, Dum Dum.
You know the Dum Dum experience.
Yeah,
That's
for
smart.
sure.
That's smart.
So I kind of want to get into this. This is one of the highlights. Like, it was not a highlight because it was upsetting at first. We thought Bdog wasn't going to get his Xbox.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
that was scary.
yeah. Tell us about that. Tell us about your experience.
Well, I mean, honestly, it was just messed up because, you know, it was the day before that I started really kind of getting nervous. The day before it comes out, I'm looking online and everybody else has either updated on their Xbox store, like they have updated information, or they have money being drawn from their bank account, or they have tracking information. One of the three or a combination. I had nothing.
They have something. They just had something.
Yeah, mine said prepaid. Or no. What did it say? It said estimated to ship for November 13th. That's all it said. Pre-ordered. I was like, that doesn't do me. I know I pre-ordered it. That doesn't do me any good.
But no tracking number. This is the night before.
Nothing.
Like, this is late. Like,
Yeah,
you're like,
this is nothing to go off of, you know? And this is the night before. And comes out to be that because of the way they were doing the distribution, at least for here, it was like 2 a.m. or something like that, I think. And it was, they were all on a pallet in California. And then once they started dispersing them from California to move up the West Coast, that's when they scanned it. And that's when I got my tracking information. So people that lived further away from distribution centers,
they got it.
we're getting theirs scanned and they were already on their way to them. Which makes sense, but when you've been waiting a very long time for a new Xbox, you get a little crazy.
But let's
And I
talk
was
about
pretty upset.
So there's also a backstory to why he was upset. So
I mean, yeah, I think we already touched on it before in the podcast.
did we talk about this in the podcast?
I think at one point, yeah.
We talked about how you go the eternity you had to wait for the Xbox One because
Yeah, I'm still sitting on a 360 up in Alaska, and everybody I know is playing on the Xbox One. And I'm like playing FIFA 15 or whatever it was, and I was super bummed out. I couldn't get any time off work because
you were in the military.
Yeah, and I was also a private, so I couldn't be like, Sergeant, can I go get
my Xbox?
Yeah, I couldn't do that. So
I'll give you an Xbox.
And then dealing with the phone, like the difference in time, because I was having mom at the time track down the package and try to figure it out because I couldn't really be on the phone.
So
and
you got it from Walmart that time, right? Was it Walmart and UPS? It wasn't Walmart's fault. It was UPS's fault. FedEx's fault. Because they ended up delivering it to the wrong place, right?
Yeah, they tried delivering it to the wrong place, and then they told me they couldn't get on post or something, and then they were going to send it back to Microsoft or whoever.
And he was not having that.
And I had everybody I knew that liked to talk on the phone, get after it, and try to straighten it out. And eventually, I ended up having to. At first they weren't even going to authorize a hold for it or whatever.
Which
we finally got them to hold it. Yeah, and FedEx sucks. Finally got a hold on it, and I was able to get it on a late on a Friday or something like that. And it was the box is all beat to shit, like they just been fucking stepping on it. And
they were probably this asshole.
Yeah, it was bad.
He doesn't deserve this Xbox.
Still runs to this day though.
Yeah, he still got the day one Xbox.
So I was nervous about not getting my Xbox on time.
Yeah, 'cause he's
I've been
been
really looking
spoiled.
forward to it. Yeah, exactly.
But
But
you got
it all panned out. Yep, I
He
got it.
may-
They took my money.
Bdog may or may not have went on a tangent about how he's just gonna get a PS5 and write Microsoft off for the rest of his
Yeah,
life.
forever.
Hey,
And
I
I
was
tried to
close.
explain to him though, both times wasn't really their fault. It was the first time it was
I don't-
FedEx's fault.
I don't care.
And then,
I think it's the fact that Bdog ordered it through Microsoft this time. He's like, oh,
I
they're
got
gonna
it
screw
from
me themselves.
Microsoft. I
Yeah.
got it from Microsoft, so there's no middleman.
yeah, but it was UPS that was because they delivered it, right?
UPS delivered this time for
Yeah,
Microsoft.
so they that was their
UPS has a
reason
key
why
to
you
my
didn't
building.
Oh, they could just get right in.
UPS has a key to my. So UPS and USPS have a key to my building. FedEx is the only person that doesn't, and they will literally look at the door. Oh, no one's here, and they'll fucking walk away. It's so annoying, dude.
No one lives in this apartment building. Let me walk away.
Yeah, it's just a frosted door. No one's here. Bye.
Yeah, I had a good experience. FedEx dropped my Xbox off at 12:30 in the afternoon, like super early, which was unexpected.
Yeah, you were still working.
I was still working. I just had to let it sit there.
My Xbox came at probably like 10:30. I was at work as well, and then I was
Damn.
waiting. Oh no, was it 10:30? Yeah, it was around 10:30. I got a lot of stuff delivered this week, so I'm kind of getting so
Yeah, well,
confused.
we're gonna touch base on that too because it's been a big tech week for Bdog. Bdog has gone hard this week.
Well,
So,
I wouldn't
yeah.
say I went hard this week. Everything just lined up for this week.
Yeah, sorry. My Xbox, I talked about it before. I had 3. I got 2 more for 2 of my friends. So I ended up getting mine on Tuesday. Well, I was getting what everyone came in first. It didn't matter. I was getting that one first because I did it. I was the one that ordered everybody's. So I got mine on Tuesday. And then one of our other friends, his came in yesterday from Best Buy. Like Best Buy, I don't know why it took so long for them to get it to me. And freaking Target, theirs keeps getting pushed back. It was supposed to be delivered yesterday. Then it was supposed to be delivered today. Now it's not even getting delivered till Tuesday. So
Wow.
my other buddy is still got to hang out for a little while longer. I just found out today it was going to give it was supposed to be Monday, and I got another one like a couple hours later saying it was going to be delivered Tuesday. So I don't know what the hell
Who's
going on.
getting what one first?
Guess which one it was? FedEx is the one that's screwing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Frickin'
I hate 'em.
FedEx. So Keith is getting Keith got the first one because he paid me first, and then Russ is getting the second one.
Oh, he is. Okay, I was making
Yeah.
sure Russ is getting one. Sweet.
Yeah, Russ is still getting one. Well, originally I was looking for another one to get you one because I wasn't sure
I
because you were
know.
working that day. I wasn't
I
sure.
got, and that's the thing. Like, I managed to get one on my phone at work through Microsoft, and I still wasn't getting the
you're good.
numbers I
You're
wanted
good
to
now.
see. Yeah, we're good. We're cool.
We're gonna talk
Wow.
about our thoughts on the
Wow.
Xbox and all that fun stuff a little later on. We're gonna start like how we always start, start talking about some movies and all that fun stuff. So we'll start with Dum Dum because he watched a new movie. So what do you got there, dummy?
The dumb. So I watched I've been going through like movies and stuff and like looking at what I want to watch. This week I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. The first movie that I see that seems semi-decent, I'm gonna just watch it. So I logged into Netflix, number 6 trending. It's called The Impossible. I was like, instant click it. I'm not fiddling around searching for a bunch of different movies. It looked interesting. It was about the tsunami that hit Thailand back in 2004.
Okay.
And it followed a family through the tsunami. It was based on a true story, but yeah, like a wife, father, 3 kids. It follows their journey through like when they were in Thailand and the tsunami hit.
I have a question. Are you
What's
sure
that, dog?
you didn't do any research on this movie just so we can talk about it on the podcast? Because there's somebody in this movie that B-Dog has issue with.
What?
Tom Holland's in
Tom
it.
Holland's in that movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
Tom
he's not
Holland's.
Spider-Man. If he's not Spider-Man, that's
He's
fine.
not true.
He
That was
Probably
pre
great.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he wasn't Spider-Man. I didn't even know that this movie came out in like 2012 or 2012 though. Like I thought it was semi-new because like I haven't seen it on Netflix before. But yeah, it came out 8 years ago, but I watched it. It's like almost 2 hours long. It was pretty good. Like the CGI and like everything they did in that movie for 2012, I mean, even nowadays is like really, really good.
Yeah.
And like it's cool to watch. I don't know if cool is the right word, but it's interesting to watch something like a movie based on real events like that, like something so tragic. Like, you know, it makes you feel for the people of Thailand and like everyone that was involved or whatever. I actually looked it up, dude. 230,000 people died in that tsunami. So like it was
Wow.
not as yeah, it was not small at all, but they did a great job of the movie, like capturing, you know, the how the people like recouped and following the family and doing this and that. It was pretty good. I mean, a couple parts were a little slow,
I don't think
obviously.
I've seen the movie, but I think I've heard of it because I know Tom Holland's in it. And I think is it
The
Ewan McGregor?
female,
Ewan McGregor and Naomi Watts are in it.
yeah, I think it's Naomi Watts. Maybe
Yeah,
that's her name.
so I that's one of the reasons because I like McGregor, so that's one of the reasons why I saw the movie. And Watts is a good actress, but
Is that Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you recommend it? What do you think? Was it worth a watch?
Yeah, so it's not like obviously like a super happy movie by any means.
No, yes, thank you for pointing that out.
But I mean, it's got a feel good kind of ending or whatever, I guess. Yeah, I'd recommend watching it. It was a good watch. It wasn't anything like that you would expect or not expect. It's pretty much just a story, you know what I mean? Like it's like a documentary, but not a documentary. Like they made it into a movie. So, I'd recommend it. I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was pretty decent.
Okay, that's good. So, Bdog didn't have time this week. He's been a busy man this week. He's got work, and you know he's playing the Xbox Series X. You know, so he didn't watch a new movie. So before we started the recording, I said, "Hey, well, instead of doing that, could you suggest a movie to people that you liked?" And he was like, "Don't put me on the spot like that." But so I was like, "Well, you're not on the spot. You got the whole until we get to that point to think about one." So let's see if he came up with one, or right now he's looking at me like I'm kind of a jerk. But let's see what he's got right now.
If I had a movie to recommend, let's see. I'm gonna go with what?
You got a suggestion? I was trying to give like even if it's something like you don't think that's not like a mainstream movie that you've seen before. That you're like, oh, you know, that's probably something not everybody's seen.
I'm not sure if this is a mainstream movie. At least amongst, I mean, I've probably told you about it. I've told a lot of people about it. But End of Watch.
Oh, it's funny. I watched that this week. Sarah and I watched that this week.
The reason I'm bringing it up is because it's back on Netflix for the second time. It was on Netflix for a while, like a while ago, 5 years ago, and now it's back on Netflix. But they're removing it on November 23rd.
Oh, so we get it before November 23rd.
If you haven't seen it, I think it's a little bit of something for everybody. I know people of all different types that like the movie in some aspect.
Yeah.
I think the two main characters that you get in the movie are really likable and have a very like kind of
a really good dynamic.
Yeah, they have a good dynamic, and their sense of humor really kind of plays into like how I kind of am with a lot of my friends, like picking on each other, but doing it because they like love each other.
Yeah, you've got their back no matter what.
Yeah, and it takes place in LA in District 13, I believe, and it's pretty much two regular beat cops, but they're kind of known for getting into some crazy action.
Yeah.
And District 13 is a bad area, and they like being there. And they eventually, pretty early on, they get involved in some cartel action.
Not like on purpose. They were like just investigating.
No.
Yeah.
They were investigating something normal, like doing their job, and the cartel comes in, and they're kind of hero trooper cops type deal, and something comes up where they do decide to press it, even though they probably shouldn't. And then the movie gets crazy.
Wild. It gets wild.
And you can't really give too much away.
No.
Because it's, I don't know, I feel like one more thing would probably give,
Yeah, you don't want to, it's worth it. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth I actually saw that.
Watch.
I saw that in the theater when it came out with my cousin, with Anthony, who is a cop, because he had texted me. He's like, hey, you used to go to the movies a bunch. This is a while ago now. When did that movie came out? years ago
2012.
now. 2012.
Yep.
So, and I think he was just became a cop right around then, and he was like, "Oh, let's go check it out." And I remember saying, "Damn, that was a good movie." And I agree with you. It's definitely, if it's one of those movies you haven't seen, it's worth a watch. It's
I've seen
definitely
it countless times. It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
one of my favorite movies for
it's
sure.
definitely an interesting movie. You should definitely check that out.
For sure.
I agree. That was a good look. You're worried about being put in the spot. That was a hell of a.
I pulled Netflix up and just looked at what
You're like,
was on my list.
You're like, let's go through this.
Yeah.
What can we feed the people today?
I
Mhm.
watched this was
That's
my second of 2 weeks off with the little man, and he had some shots on Thursday. Yes, Thursday night he had shots, so he did not want to sleep all night Thursday, so we watched some TVs and some movies and stuff like that. But I decided, like, especially when he's having a bad night, I don't like to watch new things. I like to watch stuff I've already seen, so that way, even if I forgot it a little bit, I can kind of still fill in the bits and pieces if he's freaking out. So I watched, and I was like, oh, you know what? I want to talk about this one on the podcast, is the Belko experiment.
Oh,
I think I've suggested this to you before, both of you. You might have. Did we even go to the movies to see that, Matt? Or was that before you started coming in?
I definitely watched it. I don't know if it was in theaters or not, though.
It's definitely an interesting movie. It's a little like
that's the one with the office, right? They're all
they're all stuck in the office, and then they're stuck in the office, and they get a page over the loudspeaker saying that they need to kill, I think it was 3 people in a matter of, or 10 people. Maybe it was 10 people in like the next 30 minutes. If not, it was 3 people. If not, they're going to kill 10. So, obviously, they get that. They don't think it's a real thing. Obviously it's a movie. So they don't kill the 3 people, and 10 people's
It happens
heads.
every time.
Yeah. 10 people's heads explode. And have you seen this?
No, I've seen 2 or 3 movies very similar to the same thing.
It's definitely an interesting concept, and then it gets a little more into it, and they definitely I'm not going to spoil it too much, but it's something like if you got it's not like a really like you got to think about it movie or anything like that, but it's definitely worth a watch. I give it a 6 out of 10, probably, for definitely being interesting. I enjoyed it. I mean, I remember watching. I was like, this is actually a good movie. I'm going to check this out. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. I think it's a little less than 2-hour runtime, if I remember right. And
dude, the ending of that movie was pretty.
Yeah, it's different. Decent. It's different. It gets a little wild. It's like I like it because it like goes into like the mentality of how people would act in that situation. Like once you know it's real,
I would just start killing everyone. I don't even care.
And like people start getting paranoid, and other people start getting like they're trying to kill people because they want to live, and other people are like, no, you can't do it. It's not the right thing to do. Like definitely. Like I said, if you haven't checked that movie out, check it out. It's worth a watch. It's not gonna blow your mind like the people in the movie get their minds blown, but it's definitely going to be an interesting watch. I think you'll enjoy it. I think that's probably something you guys should check out. I think it's on Netflix. Did I watch it on Netflix? I don't remember where I watched it now. I can't remember where I watched it.
I'll look on Netflix right now.
I might have owned it on Apple TV. I might have it on iTunes. I don't remember. But yeah, definitely check that out. One thing I saw, and I didn't know this, which is a really good series on Netflix, and I know Bdog's gonna love this because he's a fan of the books, he's a fan of the game, is The Witcher. They were talking about season 2, and I don't know if have you watched The Witcher, Dum Dum?
No, I have not watched The Witcher.
You should definitely check out The Witcher. Yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's really good. You don't have to be a fan of the game or the books. It's a really good series.
It's in 4K.
It's in 4K. They're working on the second season right now. They had to recast somebody because of how long the delays were with COVID and stuff like that.
They recast?
Nobody that was in the first season. It was somebody going to be a Witcher for the second season.
There's only one season?
Yeah, only one season so far. They're working on the second season right now. But
it's super good.
They're also doing a spin-off series of it called The Witcher Blood Something, which is about the first Witcher ever. And apparently the rumor is that Jason Momoa is going to be playing the first Witcher. I read that and I didn't know how you were going to feel. I didn't know if you were Momoa.
Bdog, what do you look like Jason Momoa? What do you
mean? Which is kind of funny because you liked Khal Drago in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but he's
You don't
not
like
a
Aquaman?
Witcher. Yeah, he's Aquaman now. He's not a Witcher. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll give him a chance. I'll obviously watch it and check it out. But
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a
can we
6
get
episode
somebody
miniseries.
that like isn't in everything for once? Can we get somebody that's like
the problem, though.
up and coming and like
it's a big
give him a
series.
chance? Let's get an actor that can prove himself and let's get a Jon Snow, somebody that's never been in anything, and make him a superstar.
Okay, like Kit Harington.
Jason Momoa's already got enough money, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think he'll do bad with the part, though.
I mean, we'll see. He's a little cheesy.
You think so?
At Dumb Dumb and Ice podcast, I'll fill your role. I will act. You guys want me to act? I'll do it.
No, we don't want you. Nobody wants you. I'd rather have Jason Momoa. I have no problem with Jason Momoa.
I mean, I don't dislike him. Like Khal Drago was great, and it's literally.
I want to say I haven't watched. He's got a series on Apple TV Plus called
Frontier.
C. No, I haven't watched Frontier.
One called Frontier as well.
Was that good?
I don't know.
You didn't watch it?
He's obviously got 80 things out right now. So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's working on a bunch. You probably pull up his IMDb, and he's probably got a crap load of things going on. But I mean, I
wish I would have went with somebody different. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. He's probably going to do great, but I'll give him a chance.
But it's only supposed to be a 6 episode thing. It's a single series, 6 episode spinoff series. Just kind of showing how The Witcher started.
Well, I guess I'll give it a chance, but I'm not happy about it. I'm definitely going to watch it.
And it's not a confirmed, it's just a rumor.
Oh, it's a rumor? Okay. So he's probably got it.
And let's talk about our normal. We know we can't spoil, but let's just talk about Mandalorian this week. Yeah.
I don't.
You know from the text how deep I went after that.
I know you did. You went down the rabbit hole.
Oh yeah,
I know.
That's my favorite episode.
It was good. I mean, and I haven't watched all the Clone Wars and stuff, so I'm sure all the people that watch the Clone. Oh yeah, Brooke. I know he's probably going to watch the podcast because he loves watching this podcast. So shout out to you. Congratulations for making this far into the podcast. But he loved the Clone Wars and Rebels, and he texted me too. He was all excited about it.
Oh, really? Sweet.
Yeah. So he knows a decent amount about it too. So
yeah, Brooke's a nerd. He's like a super Star Wars nerd.
It seems to be like they're going to be going way deeper than the Clone Wars and Rebels storyline, though.
Oh, they're going. Yeah, they know
we're getting deep.
They're doing good stuff. That
was a sick episode. I watched it twice.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched it twice.
I watch all of them twice now because I watch one usually when I this week with DB and I watch it with him, but I'm like, all right, I want to see if I missed anything, so I go back and watch it when he falls asleep. So
nice. Can you tell the people that are watching? You sent us a group chat of the Game Pass picture with the baby.
Yeah, so that is if anybody doesn't have Game Pass. If anybody doesn't have Disney Plus right now, if you have Game Pass Ultimate, they'll give you a month free of Game Pass. I'm sorry, of Disney Plus.
That's kind of cool.
Now another thing I just noticed too, in Fortnite, if you go make any purchase in Fortnite, it could be whatever the lowest price thing is, any dollar purchase, not a V-Bucks one. It has to be either buy V-Bucks for real money or buy like a skin or something. They'll give you 2 months free of Disney Plus.
That's also really trying to ship it.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, listen.
They should too. I mean, this season alone's worth having it.
If you're even a bit of a Star Wars, I don't even think you have to be a super if you're just a sci-fi fan, The Mandalorian is worth a watch. It's definitely
if you've ever seen a star in your life, just watch it.
And you thought about wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Check it out. No, seriously. I mean, it's it's sci-fi in the sense there's aliens and stuff like that, but it's just a cool freaking series. I mean, I think you should definitely check it out.
Shout out to Brooke again for believing in aliens.
Now that I'm looking at it for the third time on this TV, it is incredible. It really is. I definitely probably am going to check it out again. What I did last season, I watched all the episodes after, I watched them all when they came out each week. And then at the end of it, I watched them all again in order. So I'm probably going to do again the same this year. So you're a fan though. You're not losing any steam for you. You're like,
You're
Me?
full steam. Yeah, you.
Oh, dude, I love it. I always, as you know, I always liked Jango Fett and Boba Fett. I always thought the bounty hunters are super cool.
Yes.
And now that the Mandalores are like full steam and they're fully putting their money behind that, I think it's really sick. And I nerded out a little bit with Star Wars, but now that I'm kind of getting a little deeper to see what it's all
It's
about,
cool.
I mean, the Mandalores are really cool.
Yeah. No, it's Mandal. I like their code. I like all of it. I'm a fan. They got me. They got a mix of like a Spartan code, and I'm a fan. It's got me. I like it.
Yeah, I'm super into it.
They did good work with it.
I'm excited at the end of every episode to watch the next one.
And I even like at the end of every episode how they have like the artwork for the episode.
Yeah,
Like
the concept art or whatever.
The concept art, yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
They had this huge thing on Twitch today with like a bunch of art. I think it was called
GlitchCon?
Yeah, GlitchCon. Yeah.
Did you check it out?
300,000 people watching it. I only watched a couple minutes of it. It seemed cool.
Yeah, I didn't check it out.
How long until a Mandalore game comes out?
I'm curious about that too. So everyone was bummed that their Star Wars was supposed to have that Star Wars like 1313. It was supposed to be like about a bounty hunter. It was supposed to be gritty, and they canceled it after the LucasArts Disney bought it. I think that's when they canceled it, and it kind of went downhill. So I'm curious to see. Like the Disney knows they have a moneymaker right there. Like,
oh yeah.
They're gonna milk it. Like
what's the next Star Wars game that's gonna come out? I mean, the last one that came out was that
Fallen Order.
That was the last one to come out? I thought it was the spaceship fighting one.
Oh, I forgot about the spaceship one. I forgot about that. Have you played Fallen Order?
No, I don't think so.
You should probably. I think you wouldn't. I think you would.
What's it?
Check it out.
That's the one that's like third person. It's kind of like Force Unleashed type deal.
Yeah, you can get it on Game Pass.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Because you have EA access. It's because EA
I'm
access
a little
on
deep
Game Pass
right now.
I know you got a lot going on.
I'm a little deep.
So speaking about going deep on things, you have been going deep this week with that Series X on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, haven't you?
I sure have. I even took a rare day off and literally played all day. And it felt really good.
So you love it?
I am loving it. Up until yesterday. Today's Saturday, right?
Today's Saturday.
Up until yesterday, I was playing on 1080p on a 8-year-old LED Samsung. And last night, I got a brand new 4K Sony and got to play 4K video games for the first time.
You're forgetting a part of your 4K Sony. It's not just a 4K Sony TV. Why don't you tell everybody?
It's an OLED.
Yeah, it's an OLED TV. This, he jumped. He went from just a straight LED 1080p TV.
Samsung Smart TV. Okay.
Yeah, it was a nice.
At the time, it was $100.
Yeah.
It was nice.
So he texts me, and he goes, "I think I'm gonna make the jump to 4K. I want to say around a certain dollar amount." And he says it, and I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "If that's really what you want to do." Now I know my brother. I know him very well. I know if you read facts to him and you make sense to him, it's gonna sit there and it's gonna register in his brain for a while. He's gonna think about it for a good amount of time. So he's showing me these budget nice 4K TVs, staying around a third of probably the price that he actually spent. And I'm like, well, he's like, well, what would you do? I was like, well, I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm already looking at this TV. Like this, I've been looking at this TV for a while. I just want to come down a little bit more before I buy it. And he was like, this is the exact moment. This is like maybe 9 hours later from the initial conversation. No, this is all over text messages. He says, so it's nice. And at that moment, I knew. I looked over to my wife and I said, my freaking brother is going to buy that TV. And she was like, why? And he goes, I was like, because his tunes changed. So next thing I know,
it was also on sale.
And it was on sale. Yep, it is off. It's on sale. It's not
good. But it's still, a good chunk. It's off sale the amount I was going to pay in the beginning.
Yes, that's exactly. So instead of 3 times the amount he was originally, he would have paid 4 times. He would have bought the TV on. So yeah. So he ended up getting it, and he got it last night.
It's amazing. Everything I've seen on it, especially like UHD, like Ultra HD stuff, it literally looks like stuff's coming out of the TV towards you. Like my eyes aren't even fully calibrated to appreciate all the stuff I'm seeing yet from the jump. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, it looks amazing and everything looks real, but it's like, I didn't notice that in any other show or anything I've seen, like that level of detail or like that guy in the background that's like like sweeping or, it's like, I would have never even seen that guy. And the biggest improvement was Valhalla, though.
Yeah, you said AC Valhalla looks so weak.
Night and day difference going from...
And it didn't look bad before.
It didn't look bad. It was great. But it's literally a different game. Like, Ivor has like individual hair strands. The sun peeks through the clouds, through the trees, and there's like shadows. It's unbelievable.
He feels like he's there. He feels like he's in England.
It's like almost too much to appreciate all at once. Like I got to keep this like looking at the TV and like playing the game to like, whoa, it's like not fully set into my eyes yet.
So, but the game wise now, I know the TV is beautiful and amazing.
Oh,
but
sorry. Yeah, TV. Game's great. It's got your typical Ubisoft bugs.
Yep.
Go up to speak to somebody. You got to back up and forth 8 times till it pops up so you can speak to them.
That's my only issue actually I've had so far is that.
What else is there? There's some like quest bugs I've had.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. It's not really spoiling anything. When you want to raid in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which obviously you're gonna raid shit. When you need the 2-man open chest thing, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You need the second man to open the chest.
Yeah.
I had it happen to me where I went into the building and somebody was already glitched trying to open it, but they were inside of it.
Oh.
So when I went to open my side, nobody would come help because the game was registering somebody was there, and he wasn't registering because he was glitched into the box.
Because he was in the box.
Yeah. So I mean, that wasn't that big of a deal. I just reset and killed everybody in the town again. But
yeah.
Besides a couple like typical Ubisoft bugs you'd expect with a big, release like this, it's been amazing. I've been having a blast.
I'm with you on that. I mean, I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. You haven't played one since 3, right?
I don't think. Yeah, no, not since the Revolutionary War one.
So yeah, since 3, I played all of them except for 1, and I don't remember which one I missed. And I liked 3 and all of them before. I know a lot of people give 3 crap, but I thought 3 was a great one. I thought it was good storyline, blah, blah, blah. And then I played Origins, and then I played Odyssey. Origins, I liked. Odyssey, I really liked. And this one is, this one's on par with Odyssey for me. I think I like the character better of Alexios so far from it, but I'm also only like 10 hours into the game. But this character is really cool too. But like I said, I think character build, I think it's a good game. I like the different mechanics they've added. There's definitely a lot less armor and weapons in the game, but that's by design, and I like that a lot better. That I think is a really good
sift through a ton of stuff all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you get something, it's probably an upgrade or it's a different way to play.
Yes, and I like how you can actually upgrade the weapons with you.
Themselves.
That is yes. That I'm a fan.
And it's really cool that it changes the appearance as you level them up too.
Yes,
which is very neat.
That is I'm a fan. Dum you haven't played it yet. You have it downloaded. You just haven't played it yet, right?
You haven't played it yet?
Listen,
bro.
Dum's been busy this week.
Dum, what you been busy with though?
Dude, we can't talk about it on the podcast. You know what I mean? But
oh jeez.
I was gonna play it that night that I was downloading all my stuff and it didn't download, and then we had to we streamed Halo, so I played Halo instead. Then I had work and I had stuff last night. So really today was the only day that I had free. And I figured you guys both played Assassin's Creed. So
I
watched my movie and I played. Yeah, I watched my movie and I played some Call of Duty to give some insight on that.
So I played
team player right there.
No, I think I played 6 or 7 matches of Call of Duty last night on stream.
Yeah, I probably played about 15 today.
What do you think of it? I'll let you go. What do you think of it?
So let me start this off by saying the last Call of Duty Modern Warfare was not a bad game, but it was bad for me because I'm a run and gun type of guy, and I feel like the map designs in Modern Warfare were super campy. This is just multiplayer. This has nothing to do with like campaign or anything. I'm mostly a multiplayer guy. But this game, the Black Ops Cold War, feels really good, man. It feels like the Black Ops series. You know what I mean? Like I can run and gun, I can do all this stuff. Like the game feels a little more fast paced. Some of the maps are a little overkill with the size. Like Miami is huge, giant.
I haven't. There's 2 maps I like on the whole game, and I can't remember what the names were. Every other map I played, I was not a fan of.
Yeah, see, it's all personal preference, really. But I can run and gun, which I love a lot, man. I'm enjoying the game so far. Honestly, it's better than Modern Warfare for me.
So I'll agree with that. So yes, Modern Warfare felt different from the Call of Duty, like how it played. It felt different from the rest of them. But I mean, a lot of people like that. Like Modern Warfare's campaign was probably one of the best campaigns in a long time for Call of Duty. But you're not a campaign player. But I know Bdog played Modern Warfare's campaign, and you agree that was a really good freaking campaign.
Oh yeah, I thought it was great, and I also am one of the guys that hates Call of Duty but enjoyed playing Modern Warfare.
Yeah, so they say that's exactly what it is. So it attracted more people like him, but it actually people like you who like that Call of Duty feel. It kind of like deterred them from the game a little bit.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still very fast for my taste, but I adapted to it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna play Call of Duty, just play a couple rounds, like it's gonna be fast. It's still a super fast shooter to me personally, what I would call run and gun.
Yeah, because you're used to playing like squad and
yeah, I'm used to playing more tactical based stuff instead of like more Halo esque. Like Call of Duty is kind of like a Halo esque, just fast run around.
Yeah, like if Halo wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. I actually enjoyed Modern Warfare. Their multiplayer. I played like 2 seasons of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a lot. I played a lot of it. But
so that's why I don't think you will like Black Ops. No, sorry,
I didn't even think about buying it
because it plays a lot more like Call of Duty. It plays like it goes back kind of like the old style of Call of Duty. And you know what screwed me up too? Playing Modern Warfare and playing this is in Modern Warfare you can open doors. I stood by a door trying to open it, and you could go back and watch my stream. I'm like, why the hell is this door not open? Oh, you can't open doors anymore.
So it's like super linear.
Yeah, it's like everything's the doors that you can go through. The doors that you can go through are open. Yeah, so that kind of screwed me. I was like, what is going on here? Because you can go into this building. Why can't I open this door? Yeah. So like I said, it definitely goes back to the Call of Duty feel. I'm not a fan of the maps I played so far, and I played 6 different maps. I either played 6 or I never played the same map twice, which that's pretty cool, I guess. I am gonna play the campaign. I'm gonna try to play some this week. I am a fan of playing Call of Duty campaigns. I actually I enjoy playing the campaigns, but usually more than I play it. And I'm not bad. I'm decent at shooters. So it's just I don't know. The Call of Duty campaigns have always been like one of those ones you just play and you do good.
Hopefully, by next week we'll have some insight on zombies.
Yes, so that's my thing. I know Bdog's never been a zombie fan, but you have been Dum, and I have always been a zombie fan. I like zombies. I used to play it all the time back when in World at War. I can't remember the Der Reese there. Was that the third map or was that the first? I always forget whatever the third map that came out with the first Pack-a-Punch machine. That map, we used to play the crap out of it. And just to see how long you could survive. And I enjoyed that. So I'm actually excited to play the zombies, get 4 of us and rock that. But yeah, hopefully we have some insight for that in the next podcast. I don't have anything. And campaign, I'm hoping I have a little insight for that for you too.
Yeah, but I think you're completely right though. Like, so there is definitely like the Bdogs of the world and the Dum-Dums of the world. Like there's 2 completely different play styles. Like Call of Duty last year, you're completely right. The play style was a lot different. And if Bdog thought that like that multiplayer was fast paced, like I'm the type of guy that will play Shipment 2020, like 20v20 Shipment, and that will be perfectly okay with me. I'm not one to sit back, like even if I have to wait for like 5 seconds, I start getting way too antsy. You know what I mean? And this Call of Duty brings it back to like the old Call of Duties where like it was just everyone go, everyone run, just start shooting, go, go, go. You know what I mean? And that's what I like.
I don't know. And see, from my experience too, though, there was also plenty of maps where I was playing and people were just camping around every freaking corner. Like
They don't call it Camp of Duty
bro.
for nothing, dog. I mean,
Like,
you know.
come on. Like, your team's losing here. Play the objective. I think it was a domination match that I was playing. I was like, play the objective. Like, what are you doing sitting over here? Like,
Oh, you mean domination is just a KD booster? Don't you know that? Come on.
it's annoying. But so, yeah, I mean, like I said, if you like, my recommendation so far when I played in my few matches I played, if you like old style Call of Duty, you're going to like Blackout. Sorry, Black Ops Cold War. And if you like the Modern Warfare, it's definitely a little different. It doesn't feel like that change that they made, which I guess people are probably going to like. Because like I said, I know some people were upset with it and some people weren't. So we'll see how it goes. They are doing I think they're bringing the Warzone to it too. So that'll be interesting to see how that
I think
plays.
Warzone's live in it.
Is it?
I loaded it up today and I had, campaign, multiplayer, Warzone, and zombies. So
Okay.
click on Warzone. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty positive it's in.
How many gigabytes is it?
130.
There you go.
Jesus.
Dude, you're telling me, and I didn't even get to download this stuff overnight because I'm so stupid, dude. You know how long this stuff took?
What is it with these Call of Duty games taking hundreds of gigs? Are they just not compressing their files or what?
I don't know what it is because I mean the games they're not that big.
Halo Infinite's gonna be like 100 and something gigs.
It's not anything blowing your hair back. That's
I truly don't know the answer to it. I don't.
I'll download a terabyte for Halo Infinite.
Oh, I'd buy a second Xbox. I'd download a second Series X just to hook them up and listen. I'll do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
Oh man, why you gotta bring up Halo for like that, dumb?
Yeah, I mean, dude, but you're definitely gonna see bigger games coming out. Like,
oh yeah, obviously.
130 gigs, they could compress those files.
Exactly.
Assassin's Creed's a big game, and that's 45
big, beautiful looking game.
And it's 45 gigabytes.
Yeah. So
I just think they're not compressing their files or something. I don't know why they would do that though. It was the same with the PC, by the way, too.
It's
my Call of Duty on the PC is like 200 and something gigs at this point. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Have you what do you guys think of the new Series X so far? Weekend, not even a full week. What are we? 5 days in? Are you liking it? Are you feeling the upgrade, the speed of it? How are you feeling about it?
Felt the speed immediately. I thought the speed was a huge improvement.
You were also using a tin can before to play.
Oh, the day one?
Oh, well, yeah, no, that's what I was going to get to that.
Yeah.
I did a massive upgrade with that. So I felt the speed, loading up everything was super fast. Everything felt like really responsive. And then I had a whole nother appreciation for it once I got the TV and could go 4K. And so it was capable to put out. So I had like I'm totally awestruck.
And think about it too. This is the first week this came out. Look how good games look out. We know to the end when you start getting further into the lifespan, how good the games are looking. Think about this. This thing is going to be sick.
Oh yeah.
The stuff people are going to, especially first party studios, they always make the best looking stuff. Like I said, I'm
Dude, it's gonna get to PC level by the end of its life. It'll be at like what PCs.
That's what they said. This is the most future proofed console for PS5 and Series X that have ever come out in comparison to where PC is at this time.
You know what I think is gonna
look? Probably get 5 years out of this console, and then PC by then is gonna be gone.
Exactly,
but it'll be good for a long time.
Oh yeah, you're still gonna be happy with this is not like. You're like the 60, like I mean, I can do 120, but 60 frames, you really don't need over 60 frames. Like anybody's like, I need over 60 frames. You don't. Like, I hate to break it to you. 60 frames is your eyes are fine. Like you can see, you're not going to see much better than that. Yeah, the 120 frames are cool because it's not going to drop below that, like having that
ever.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm super impressed. Like I really I loaded up. I was like, just I had the 1X. Just for going from the 1X to this is insane. So I did a test and I don't even think it's optimized for this yet. I downloaded Grand Theft Auto. And you know how in Grand Theft Auto, when you load into the game, you'll see the skyline. And normally you're sitting in the skyline of Grand Theft Auto for 2 minutes before you load into your character. I counted. I should have had my stopwatch. I didn't do it. I think it was 17 seconds it took me to load in, which for that game is insane.
Yeah,
there's not, dude.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh my god,
Couldn't
That's
believe
insane.
it. That game usually, and I'm not even joking. I'm downstairs in my basement. That's where I game. I could go upstairs, make a sandwich, come downstairs, and it's still loading into the game before.
Oh yeah,
Now it's right in. Like I couldn't even make it to the up the stairs. Well, I could make it up the stairs in 17 seconds, but I wouldn't be able to make a sandwich. I'd be in there and be getting shot and ran over by people. I'd probably die like 6 times by the time I got back down here. So
yeah, that's
I'm just,
impressive.
the speed and stuff and it's only going to get better. And I'm super happy with the purchase. I mean, I recommend it to anybody. Valhalla, I've been playing a lot of Valhalla. It's pretty much what mostly I've been playing on it, and it looks absolutely amazing, plays amazing. The Xbox itself is fast. The quick resume, the smart resume. So I've been playing. So I played Halo. I've been Halo on stream, and then I had quick resume on the Xbox.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, on Assassin's Creed, and it's just crazy. Like Assassin's Creed, like Odyssey, for anybody who's played Odyssey on the X, well, the One X to this, the One X, it still used to take like a minute to load in. This loads from not playing the game to indirectly to your character. No menu, no nothing like that, in less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Did the I thought quick resume was a new feature. It was on the last iteration of Xboxes as well.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you normally would have to load.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's insane. They did a really freaking good job with
it. It's amazing. I'm really impressed with it. I'm really happy I did get mine. And I'm excited to see what's to come. Like Cyberpunk, that's going to be another big chunk thrown at it. And if you're somebody that doesn't have 4K, just do it. Just do it.
This is a guy who held out as long as he could.
Just do it. And I mean, I went pretty decent.
You went big.
I did a big upgrade, OLED 4K and all that. But I feel like even if you just had a regular 4K,
it's beautiful. That's what I'm playing. I'm playing on a Sony 4K.
I almost can't handle what I'm looking at. So don't do that. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Oh man,
dude, you know what game I think will look like super nice once they like make it and optimize it for the Series X is like Forza. Forza will probably look
absolutely
amazing.
Oh yeah.
That's probably going to be one that's going to push like the boundaries, I would say.
Forza usually does.
I was talking to Bdog about it when it first came out. I want to see is Red Dead Redemption 2 optimization for it, because that game looks fantastic.
Yeah, that game was beautiful on the Xbox One.
I want to, if they optimize it for that, I can only imagine how good that game's going to look.
Now you're getting excited.
What is the what's the optimization date for the enhanced Master Chief Collection?
November 17th.
Oh, it's coming up.
That is, as we're recording that is 3 days from now.
Oh,
so Tuesday.
Sweet.
Yeah, Tuesday.
That'd be awesome.
Day after the podcast gets released.
That would be amazing. I was just wondering because I saw FIFA today. They are doing their Xbox One or Xbox Series X upgrade on December 4th or something like that.
Oh, so they're waiting for that long?
And they're releasing screenshots every now and then, and the screenshots they look crazy, look like people's faces. It's nuts. Really? Yeah, they sent out Kylian Mbappe's player scan and Trent Alexander-Arnold's, and it looks stupid good. Super, super good.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of exciting. And that's the other thing. We might not have until November. When does Cyberpunk come out?
December. I'll look it up right now.
Is it December?
Yeah, remember they pushed it back to December?
It got pushed back another month. That's right. 17th, I want to say, or something stupid.
Let's see. Cyberpunk.
I'm so glad Valhalla and that didn't come
December
out.
10th.
December 10th. So we have until December 10th, and there's going to be a couple games popping up with enhancements that you're going to want to check out on your new console, which is, it's cool to hold you off. But even Valhalla, I'm not going to be done with Valhalla on December 10th, I don't think.
No, you're not.
I went through every single thing I could do in the first starting zone.
Really?
That's how much anything you can do in the power level you're allowed to do it in Norway.
You did it.
Game starts off in Norway, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
I've done it.
So you got to go. Eventually, you're gonna have to go back and do the rest of it because there's stuff there that you can't really do
walled
because of
out.
power level.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're walled out.
No, I'm. Like I said, it's definitely good if you guys are into that kind of stuff. Assassin's Creed will treat you well.
It's awesome.
But
And brutal.
Oh yeah, some of the kills are
sweet.
Yes. Yes.
It's not really a spoiler if we talk about the thing I told you to use that you're using now, right? I want to talk to you
No,
about that
absolutely not. You should definitely recommend that to everybody because that was one of my favorite skills.
So, when you do start playing Assassin's Creed, if you're into the melee and you're not more of a stealth or a ranged guy, work your way to the upper like middle left, right? Or is it all the way
it's
up
pretty much go. No, it's go left. You'll see it once you're gonna go left. You're gonna left and keep going left, northwest. Keep going northwest, and you'll see it. You'll see it once you unlock a cloud. Look to see what one of the special skills in, and the next cloud as you're going up left, and you'll see what he's talking about.
It's the ability to carry a two-handed weapon in one hand. So essentially, you could dual wield two-handed weapons if you wanted to.
That's nutty.
There's so many different combinations. There's so many different combinations you could do with that too. And I was up until that point when I unlocked that skill, I was using the one-handed hammer and a shield. I really love the hammer. It's my favorite weapon so far in the game. But right before I got the hammer, I was using a two-handed axe. I was like, oh, this is really sweet too. So I was kind of having a toss-up, like, do I use the two-handed axe? Do I use the hammer? Do I use the two-handed axe? Do I use the hammer? Then I got that skill, and now I carry the hammer in my right hand, your main hand, because it's a little faster for your light attacks, and the two-handed axe in my left hand, he like slings it over his shoulder, and so when you're doing combos with the right bumper, he'll tie the axe into the swings of the mace or the hammer, and it does a ton of damage. And then if you get yourself into an area where you're kind of surrounded in the beginning of a battle or something, the left bumper triggers the left-handed weapon's special move. And with the two-handed axe, you pretty much whirlwind it to kind of clear an area out around you. So to me, that's been the perfect combo. You got the stuns, the knockdowns from the hammer and the speed, and the axe gets tied into it for the damage, and then you have the full clear ability with the axe.
It's a good
skill. What have you been using?
I'm opposite. I like it because I like to have a parry in my left hand. So I like something quick to parry with. So I've been using a dagger in my left hand. And I've been using a two-handed sword in my right. So I got that freaking swing around of my power arm, and I parry super quick. So if I get surrounded, people are hitting me, I parry. It was a good skill. I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't parry.
You don't parry?
I hardly ever parry. No, I dodge.
I'm a parry man.
I dodge, and then I just slap him to death.
Especially, I started being a parry man after I got into one of those world encounter? Is that mystery that I was like, oh, I was not expecting this.
Was it in a cave?
No.
Okay.
It was it was in the swamplands.
I haven't gotten to it yet then.
Next to one of the missions where you're helping the people in the swamplands.
I've done all the missions where I helped everybody, but I haven't gotten to the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think so, at least.
You must have just missed it then, because it's right next to it. Like, I was just roaming and I wasn't paying attention. Like, I was just kind of like checking. I was like, oh, let me go check and see what's up. Oh, look, it's one of those things. And it was like right next to one of them. So, but I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I'm curious. Text me after.
I will. So yeah, no, I definitely am excited to keep playing that. Dum Dum's got to get himself playing it, so he
you got to dive in, dude.
I'll definitely play it before the next podcast, 100%.
And don't let him lie to you. He's not just been busy working and doing other things. He's been playing a crap load of RuneScape.
Happens.
So that's what's going on. The guy's got a brand new Series X he's playing.
I have been working a lot though.
What is it? The Trailblazer League or something?
He's been trailblazing.
Yeah, dog.
He's been trailblazing.
Dude, we're trying to get them points. You know what I mean? It is super.
It happens.
Dude, it's just so fun. It's like so nostalgic. It brings you back, man.
No, I mean, I used to play the crap out of it. I used to play the crap out of it. So it's definitely something to. I mean, if I had time, I don't have a lot of time to do all that stuff now.
See, that's the problem. I don't have a lot of time, so I I don't know the word. Put my time into stuff. Good. Goodly. That's what we're gonna go with.
Well,
Goodly?
goodly
Yeah.
well.
Really
And
goodly
that's-
well.
And that's Dum Dum, everybody. That's Dum Dum.
Yeah. I don't know what the word
Um,
is. Appoint my time? That's not right. I don't know.
So I think we're good. I think that's probably wrap it up here. We'll be able to get a little more Series X talking next week. We're all so so happy with it. All the cool features, the speed.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Everyone listen to this podcast. If you blew vape smoke into your Xbox,
oh, jeez.
I'm not a dumb anymore.
Yes,
You guys are really doing that? You're dumb.
If the vape smoke in the Xbox is, it's so sad that Microsoft had to release a statement on social media to their exact words.
Completely.
Their
What
exact words were, this is sad to say, but please do not blow vape smoke through your Xbox Series X, because you know how the vents are on the bottom. When you stand it up vertical, yeah, I know yours is sideways, but if you stand it up vertical,
Yeah, the vents are on the bottom, the CPU fan's on top.
and yeah, with a big vent. People are blowing their vape through the bottom, so it looks like their Xbox is on fire.
Why?
Because people are dumb.
Bdog, I'm gonna throw it up in the screen. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it or not. Oh, it's too bright.
You can't
it's
see.
too
Just
bright.
text it to him. But all right, so I think that's it for this week. We'll have to we'll catch up next week. It's been fun, guys.
It's been fun, dude. Thanks for having us.
All right.
I'm happy we finally got the Xbox.
Me too. It's so awesome that we got it.
It's amazing.
And,
so much good stuff to come too.
I think we're probably all gonna be playing some Assassin's Creed before the night's over anyway. So I will we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.
Peace.
This is the way.